Hello, young adventurers. Welcome to a magical storytime journey. Today, we have a heartwarming tale of discovery, kindness, and the enchantment that lies within our world. In the charming village of Harborview, something wonderful is about to happen. But before we dive into our enchanting story, I have a special quest for you, our brave viewers. If you're excited to embark on this magical adventure with Lily and Mr. Grumpster, please give this video a big thumbs up by clicking the like button below. Liking the video not only lets us know that you're enjoying the story, but it also helps our channel spread more magic to kids like you. And, of course, if you haven't already, make sure to join our adventure club by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. By subscribing, you won't miss any of our enchanting stories, and you'll become an official member of our magical storytelling community. Now that you're all set, let's continue our journey into the world of the Secret Garden Revival. Chapter 1, Discovery.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lily, and I'm 9 years old. I have bright red hair and love exploring the world around me. In Chapter 1, I'll be your guide to the enchanting village of Harborview. I'm curious, kind, and always up for an adventure.
Hello, kids. I'm Mr. Grumpster. You can call me Mr. G for short. I live in Harborview, too, and I'm known for being, well, a bit grumpy. But in Chapter 1, you'll see that I play a very important role. I live near the mysterious garden that Lily discovers, and you'll find out how our paths cross in a surprising way.
Are you excited? Let's dive into Chapter 1 and find out what happens next. Once upon a time, in a picturesque countryside village, there existed a hidden gem known as Harborview. Nestled between rolling hills and kissed by the sparkling sea, it was a place where time seemed to slow down, and every corner held the promise of magic. At the heart of Harborview stood a towering lighthouse, its white stone walls gleaming like a sentinel overlooking the village. This lighthouse was more than just a guiding light for ships. It was a symbol of the village's enchantment, a beacon of hope, and a keeper of secrets. But for all its beauty and mystique, Harborview had one peculiar resident, Mr. Grumpster. He lived in a cozy cottage at the edge of the village, a cottage surrounded by the most magnificent garden anyone had ever seen. Yet, despite the beauty of his garden, Mr. Grumpster was known far and wide for one thing, his grumpiness. Children, in particular, dreaded the proximity of Mr. Grumpster's garden. His stern face and irritable disposition made it clear that he had little patience for their laughter and play. The garden, once a place of wonder, had become a no-go zone, a forbidden realm of roses and tulips where children dared not tread. But in Harborview, where legends whispered in the wind and secrets hid in the shadows, the lure of the forbidden was too strong for some to resist. And one sunny morning, a spirited 9-year-old named Lily found herself unable to resist that very temptation. Lily was known throughout the village for her unruly red hair, her insatiable curiosity, and her heart full of kindness. Her eyes sparkled with wonder at the world around her, and her determination was unmatched. On this particular morning, as the scent of blooming flowers filled the air, she ventured to the edge of Mr. Grumpster's garden. Behind the towering hedge, she glimpsed a sight that took her breath away. A hidden, enchanted garden lay before her, a forgotten paradise overgrown with ivy and neglect. Statues of whimsical creatures peered out from beneath the foliage, and flowers of every color bloomed in harmony. Chapter 2, Transformation.
Hey there, kids. In Chapter 2 of our story, it's all about teamwork and bringing magic back to the garden. I want to share that magic with everyone in our village, and that's why I decided to explore Mr. Grumpster's garden. You see, I think gardens are a bit like treasure chests waiting to be opened.
Hello, kids. In Chapter 2, something special happens. I met Lily in my garden, and she had this crazy idea to bring it back to life. At first, I wasn't so sure, but Lily, with her kindness and determination, convinced me to help. So, together, we worked hard to make the garden magical again.
Are you excited? Let's dive into Chapter 2 and find out what happens next. Lily knew, with every fiber of her being, that this garden held secrets that were meant to be discovered and shared. It was a place where magic still lingered, waiting for the right person to reawaken it. But as she ventured deeper into the garden, her reverie was abruptly interrupted by a voice that sounded as if it had been soaked in vinegar.
What do you think you're doing here, young lady?
Lily turned to find Mr. Grumpster standing at the garden's entrance, his arms crossed, and a scowl etched deeply onto his face.
I was just exploring.
Lily stammered, her heart racing.
Exploring, you say?
Mr. Grumpster's scowl deepened.
This is my garden, and I don't take kindly to trespassers.
Lily, undeterred by Mr. Grumpster's grumpiness, summoned her courage and explained her love for gardens and her belief that this one held a special kind of magic. She shared her dream of reviving the garden's enchantment so that it could bring joy to the entire village. For a moment, Mr. Grumpster said nothing. Then, with a reluctant sigh, he began to share the garden's history, the tales of laughter, love, and celebrations that had once filled the air within its hallowed boundaries. His grumpiness, it seemed, was rooted in the garden's neglect, a reflection of the joy he had lost. Lily listened intently, her heart brimming with empathy. She proposed a daring plan. Together, they would bring the garden back to life, tending to it with care and love. Mr. Grumpster, though skeptical, saw a glimmer of hope in Lily's eyes. Reluctantly, he agreed to her proposal, and they embarked on a journey to revive the garden's magic. Chapter 3, Resolution and Conclusion.
Hey there, everyone. I'm Lily, and I'm super excited to tell you about Chapter 3 of our story. In this part of the adventure, Mr. Grumpster and I are working together to make the hidden garden even more magical.
Hello, kids. I'm Mr. Grumpster, and I used to be quite grumpy. But in Chapter 3, Lily helps me see the beauty in the garden again. Together, we bring back its sparkle and share it with the whole village.
Are you excited? Let's dive into Chapter 3 and find out what happens next. Days turned into weeks, and Lily's determination was matched only by Mr. Grumpster's newfound enthusiasm. They pruned, planted, and painted, restoring the garden to its former glory. As they worked side by side, the garden began to respond to their care. Flowers bloomed brighter, statues seemed to come to life at night, and the air was filled with an enchanting fragrance. The news of the garden's revival spread throughout Harborview, and villagers flocked to witness its transformation. Laughter and joy returned to the once forgotten paradise, and the village felt a little bit brighter, a little bit more magical. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lily and Mr. Grumpster stood together in the heart of the garden. It was now a place of wonder, where magic and memories intertwined. Lily turned to Mr. Grumpster and smiled.
Thank you for giving the garden and our village a second chance.
Mr. Grumpster, his grumpiness replaced by a warm smile, replied,
No, Lily, thank you for reminding me of the magic that was always here, waiting to be rediscovered.
And so, in the heart of Harborview, a hidden garden had not only been revived, but had also transformed the heart of a grumpy neighbor. The village, once again, believed in the power of kindness and the enduring magic that lay within the world around them. And so, young adventurers, our story comes to a close. It's a reminder that kindness, curiosity, and cooperation can bring enchantment to even the grumpiest of places. Thank you for joining me on this magical journey. Remember, the world around us is filled with wonder just waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Until next time, keep believing in the magic all around you. Goodbye, adventurers.